What up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side. And to be honest, once again, I didn't really have an idea for video for you guys until I got an ad on YouTube about this Enneagram test. It's another one of those personality tests. We've done one of these in the past, but I decided, hey, let me look this up and see what it's all about. So, what is the Enneagram test? And what does it tell you? The Enneagram is mostly used for personal self-knowledge and personal development, offering a powerful tool for better understanding your core motivations and applying that knowledge to all areas of your life, including conflict resolution, team dynamics, leadership, and emotional intelligence. So, this test piqued my interest, and I thought, hey, this would be a good video. Because it's different, and it's a different sort of personality test, and let's just go ahead and take it. And stop talking, and let's do it. So, this is it, the official test. Wow, about a million tests taken in the last 30 days. That's cool. This is the free Enneagram personality test. It will show you which of the 9 personality types suit you best. See how you score for all 9 Enneagram types and understand where you fit in. To take the Enneagram test, mark each statement based on how well it describes your personality. Okay, so this is similar to the Myers-Briggs test. But let's go ahead and do this. I strive for perfection. I do not strive for perfection, but I do strive to do a good enough job. So let's just go neutral to be safe. I work hard to be helpful to others. I mean, I wouldn't say I work hard to help others, but I would if someone asked me. So I'm gonna go middle to neutral. It is important to me that other people like me. In the past, you probably have realized that I don't give a fuck what people think. So, automatically you would think, sort of inaccurate. And that is right. 'Cause fuck them, who cares? That's not to say you shouldn't be nice. I'm just saying that they don't like your personality? Well, screw them. You don't have to fix yourself so that you don't have to be different so that people would like you, you know? As long as you're a nice person and you do good things and you care about others, then you're a good enough person. You don't need to change for anybody. Okay. It is important to me to achieve great things. How many questions are there? Oh, there's a lot. Okay, it's gonna be a long video again. Just get your popcorn ready and your Coca-Cola, and plop in your seats. This is going to be a long video. Anyway, it is important to me to achieve great things. Oh, and by the way, I think the results are gonna tell me different things than the Myers-Briggs personality test. To be honest, I think it's gonna give me a more accurate description of my personality. Anyway, next question. It is important to me to achieve great things. I mean, what level of great are they talking about? That's sort of broad. Like, great things, like, I don't know, I got a good boy award in elementary once. So, I'm just gonna go neutral. Anyway, I make more significant contributions than the average person. Whoa, that is inaccurate. That's inaccurate. Here's the thing, I don't go out every day and say, hey, I'm gonna do a good thing today. Like, that's not what I do on a daily basis. I mean, sure, if someone needs help getting something, I'll help them, but like, I don't just go out in the world and say, I'm gonna go find a random old lady and help her across the street. That's not me. Anyway, I feel my emotions very deeply. I'm not a woman. I'm just kidding. Uh, hmm. I'm gonna go neutral. Because, I mean, I understand my emotions, but I don't, not very deeply, you know. I don't really feel them. I don't even remember the last time I cried, to be honest with you. Anyway, next question. I have a sense that other people will never truly understand me. That's called thinking you're superior to other people, and that's inaccurate. Because all the movie villains out there and all the crazies that are in jail and psychiatric hospitals be like, they would never understand. They don't get it. Society's done things to me that no one could understand, and that's why I'm best suited to be leader of the world and blah blah blah. That's why I murdered that guy. No. That's not how life is. You don't have a superior way of thinking than other people. You don't, like, you're not, if you think that you have a better understanding of, you know, just general stuff than other people, you need to take a reality check. But I mean, you could also put this in different scenarios too. Like, it's not just someone who thinks they're superior. Maybe someone who has, and I didn't think of this right away, maybe someone who has depression, you know, and no one really understands them. I feel for them. I have a friend who is in the same situation a little bit. And I mean, I actually could never truly understand what this person's going through. But at least I can have some sense of an idea. I can't help but feel bad. Anyway, next question. I think deeply about things. That's actually pretty accurate, you know? Sometimes when I'm bored, something random just comes in my mind, and I don't know, sometimes I space out. It happened to me in elementary school. I got in trouble for it. Anyway, I am prepared for any disaster. You know, I always have a plan B, and so does my mother and father. Every now and then, my parents would go out to the store and just get some things to fill up in the closet for when shit hits the fan. Zombie apocalypse, nuclear disaster, and we have to survive on canned stuff. My grandma has a freaking bin of rice and beans. It's about as tall. It's about halfway as tall as me. Yeah, it's one of those big plastic bins. Actually, it's less than half as tall as me. Anyway, next question. Accurate. Well, yeah, accurate. It is important to me to avoid pain and suffering at all times. I mean, that's sort of basic human instincts. But mental pain? I don't know, sometimes you gotta deal with that. My dog died 2 years ago. I had to deal with that. That was some pain and suffering right there in my head. So, I mean, it's not, I mean, sure, I don't want it, and I try to avoid it, but sometimes you just have to deal with it. So I'm gonna go neutral. Anyways, I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited. To be honest, I'm always content as is. You know, I think I talked about this in the other personality test that I took. I have a schedule in my head at all times. I wake up, eat breakfast, you know, scroll the social media for a little while, play some games, and then go do something, you know, and then come back, chill out and have dinner, and then chill out for a little while longer, then go to bed. Something like that. Anyways, so I don't necessarily seek out experiences. If it comes to mind, you know, sometimes I think to myself, hey, I'd like to do that. I haven't gone on a cruise in, let's say 3 or 4 years. And I've been on 2 in my life. I was lucky to even go on 1. Anyway, and I'd like to do that again. I always think about that. So, I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited. I'm going to go neutral to accurate. Anyways, I see the positive in every situation. So I got a new thing now, and I don't think this may or may not relate, but here's a piece of advice. If you don't truly know the situation that someone's going through, like I saw this woman wearing all black on a hot day outside, and my dad was like, "Why the hell is she wearing all black in the summer daylight? It's fucking hot out here." And I said, "Hey, maybe she's going to a funeral." So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if you don't fully know the situation, always play devil's advocate. And that's a piece of advice that could take you a long way. But I see the positive every situation. Sometimes I try to think with the glass half full. Like if we're ever in a predicament, like I went to Disney I went to Disney on Friday. And at the end of the day, it just downpoured on us, and we weren't gonna spend $12 each on some ponchos we were just gonna use once. So we had to walk all the way back to the car in the rain. And I said, "Hey, at least I had a good day today, except for the rain." So I do see the positive, and I do try to see the positive in every situation. My dad is not always like that. Anyways, I am not afraid to tell someone when I think they are wrong. It's always good to tell someone when they're wrong. Call them out on their actions. That's always an important thing. Or else they're always gonna think that what they're doing is okay. Someone hurts you, you gotta tell them, "Hey, you hurt me." Anyway, next question. I let other people make the decisions. That's sort of half true. I always put my piece in, but at the end of the day, it's always the other person that makes the decision. Something else that's a piece of advice that I give to all of you is to just go with the flow. You know, as long as it's not illegal. That's it. Go with the flow as long as it's not illegal. So, that is my advice to you again. So, I'm going to go from neutral to accurate. Alright, next. Okay, here we go. I appreciate having the rules that people are expected to follow. You know, without rules, there would be chaos. So, there we go. Neutral to accurate. Except that the rules are unfair, right? I mean, I live in America. Some people, we are told to think that we are free, that we're a free country. But really, more and more, our rights are being taken away. So, are we really free? And do I really appreciate all the rules that I'm expected to follow? No. But we are in a half-free world, and I'm in a mostly free country, and I do appreciate some rules. So yes, I appreciate having rules, but not all of them. So neutral to accurate, there we go. I am concerned about security more than anything else. I mean, it's good to have a gun or a weapon to defend yourself. That's a good sense of security to have by you. So yes, I am concerned about security, not more than anything else. So let's go to neutral and accurate. I think a lot about what will happen in the future. It's fun to ponder, actually, so that's accurate. But really, we're in the future right now. Every second that you spend watching this video, you are in the future. Because really, the present is such a minute point in time. And we're always moving forward, so there's never any standstill. So really, the present is sort of half existent and half not. Oh, and by the way, I just want to say that in time travel movies, people always want to go to the future. First of all, if we had time travel to the future would be impossible. Because I mean, I don't know the true mechanics of time, but it's just not possible. It's just not possible. Shit, I gotta plug in my laptop. Let me do it right now. And time machines are a terrible idea. You go and let's say you just move a chair. History itself can be redone. You know? You move a chair, one of your Marvel characters will be a girl or a boy. So there you have it for that. I think about the future a lot. Yes, I do. I mean, it's fun. You can drive yourself crazy thinking about it. Okay, next question. I don't fit in with ordinary people. See, I don't like that. I don't like that phrase. I'm gonna go from inaccurate to neutral because I'm normal. I can fit in, but I'm not like a cookie cutter person. I'm not cookie cutter. Anyways, next question. There is rarely a good reason for changing how things are done. If it's not broken, don't fix it. It'll save you a lot of money. So that's another piece of advice. So I'm gonna go from neutral to accurate because there are some circumstances that change is good. Next question. I always finish my chores. I do. Not that I have a lot, but it's always better to get your work done first before play. Work then play. So that you don't drive yourself crazy saying, I got to get this done later. Because I'm a huge procrastinator. Okay? And it helps when you just get it out of the way first. But that's not always the case with me. Anyway, next question. I'm always trying to be a better person. I'm not going to say aren't we all, but over the years I have become a better person. So I'm going to go neutral to accurate. But it's not always an active you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not always actively trying to be a better person, but somehow I have become a better person. So I guess you could say that. Alright, next question. I check carefully for mistakes and errors. It's always good to proofread whenever you make something, so I'm gonna go neutral to accurate. 'Cause sometimes I make mistakes. So I don't always check carefully. I like to be around people who I can help. I'm gonna go neutral. Next question. I like to feel that I am an important person in my social groups. It's never good to feel self-important. So I'm gonna go inaccurate to neutral. It is important to me to be successful. In America, it better be important to everyone to be successful, or else you're gonna be on the street. Accurate. The organizations I belong to would not function well without me. I'm gonna go inaccurate. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. That's not true. Inaccurate. I have always felt different from other people. I'm gonna go neutral on that because I never felt like I had interests in the same things as everyone else. And I felt like I was always I felt like I was always, I feel like I was always second or third choice, you know? But I'm not going to say I've always felt different. I've felt mostly the same, but I would be second to third choice. Anyways, I like to analyze things from every angle. It's always good to do that. It's not always black and white and left and right. So you got to take a step back and look at it all and realize, is this actually something important to worry about? Because nowadays, with all this chaos going on, people are so divided. And that's a huge problem. You know what we need to do as a society? And I put that in quotes as I said that. We need to go back to our original moral values and stick together as a community and help each other. And we need to look at each other from a perspective that doesn't include religious beliefs or political beliefs. And we need to not look at other people and I said that wrong. We should, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say here? We should not consider other people's amount of wealth to our own also. So, to rephrase that, we need to stick together, go back to our original moral values, help each other, and view each other as individuals. Not as Republican or Democrat, Christian or not, and wealthy or poor. Because what's important in life is love. Love is real. Anyway, next question. That was a big tangent. I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. That's true. Like I said, I have a backup plan. I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. Yeah, if this channel goes down, I'm going to just make another channel. I have all the videos, almost all the videos saved. Anyway, I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. Sometimes you can't avoid negative feelings. Sometimes you just can't avoid them. You have to deal with them. You have to learn to deal with things. It makes you stronger mentally. So, sure, I don't like to be in situations, but I don't actively avoid them. So, neutral or accurate. I seek excitement. This is sort of the same as the other question where it's like, I actively look for things that make me happy. So I'm gonna go neutral because, like I said, I'm content as I am most of the time. If everything was the same, I'd probably go crazy. But a little different things here and there, to mix it up is just fine, I am good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. That's accurate. I do not hesitate to call people out. What the are these the same questions? Okay, no, these are just similar, right? These are just similar questions. We're on 3 of 7. Okay. I don't hesitate to call people out when they're behaving badly. I already talked about this. I go along with what other people want. Mostly. People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like doing. People can do whatever they want. They just have to accept the consequences. So, people should follow the rules. But you also have to examine the rules and know when to break the rules. That's another piece of advice I give to you all. Know the rules so you know when to break them. Okay. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection. Protection? I'm the man. I'm supposed to be providing the protection. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future. Nope. Like I said, it's impossible. It's impossible to get a clear view of the future. Average people often find me a bit weird. I'm gonna go neutral on that. I like to do things as I've always done them. True. That's true. I persist until a task is done. That's usually me, but every now and then it's good. It's good to take small breaks in between so you don't get you don't get tired. So I persist until a task is done. Neutral to accurate. I spend time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses. That's good to think about. Think about your past. Is it just me? And it's probably not just me. Or are you up at night sometimes thinking about cringe moments in your past? Because that's happened to me so many times that I've lost count. And maybe I have learned from them. So I'm going to go neutral to accurate once again. I hold myself to very high standards. That's never good to do. You should be people aren't very humble anymore. That's another problem with society. They think that it's all about them, and it's not always about them. It's not always about you. You know what's another good piece of advice from me? Always assume that it's not about you. That way you stay humble. So, no. I am a natural caretaker. I mean, I have 2 younger brothers, but I do not aspire to be a father at all. Anyways, I want people to admire me. To be honest, I don't fucking care. I want to achieve a lot in my life. I mean, sure. If I am honest, I feel that I am a bit better than other people. Whoa, what did I just say? Stay humble. I feel a deep sense of grief for what I have lost. I do. I still think about the people that I've lost. I am an unusual sort of person. I mean, some people say that about me. So I'm going to go neutral. I take time to understand things more deeply than most people do. I mean, like I said, you got to take a step back and think about the entire thing, not just one spectrum of it. So I'm gonna go to be accurate. Next step, 4-7. It is important to me to be prepared for any emergency. That's true. I had to think about that for a second, because it's that was like, have we not got this sort of question like 2 times before? I was trying to see if it was different. Anyways, yes. I distract myself from any sad feelings that arise. This is another similar question. What the freak? Like I said, you gotta deal with it sometimes. So, inaccurate to neutral. I often make changes in my life when things get boring. Not really. Maybe it's good to spice things up every now and then. But like I said, if things were the exact same every day, people would go crazy. People need stimulation, or else we're going to be zombies. I tend to be more optimistic than most people. I would go neutral, because I don't know about most people, as I've never met a lot of optimistic people. But who am I, you know? I tell people what I think, even if it's hard to hear. Very true. Some people need to learn the hard way. Some people need to hear the truth. Even if they don't want to hear it. You know, a philosopher, Nietzsche, what's his name? Friedrich Nietzsche. Yeah, this is the guy. Look at his fucking mustache. Look at that. Look at that thing. Anyway, he has a quote that I think is brilliant, and it goes like this: people often avoid the truth to not break their own illusions, or something like that. But you get what he's saying. Anyway, next question. I would rather follow the group than push for what I want. You know what? Sometimes you gotta follow the group to make sure they're doing the right thing. So yeah, I follow the group. And sometimes... Actually, I'm not gonna get into that. I feel most comfortable in organizations with a clear hierarchy. You know what? I do. Because at least they have a strong structure. I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm. Sure. I make plans for many years into the future. It's always good to have a plan, but I'm not one of those people to make big, elaborate plans. So I'm gonna go neutral. I am an unusually unique person. Not unusually. I dislike trying new methods. You know what? No, being unique is unusual. Because ununique people are not usual. So, boom. I dislike trying new methods of procedures. Check that out. That's a new sentence. Unique people are not usual because unique... Wait, what did I say? Ununique people are not... Ununique people are usual. So that makes unique people unusual. I dislike trying new methods or procedures. You know, if it works one way, just keep doing it. But that's not always the case, is it? But that's how I live my life. I focus on my responsibilities and duties. Sure. I don't know. I spaced out on that one. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, I read books that help me be more productive or better at what I do. I have read a lot of books. You know, when I was younger, I would always read books. It didn't matter what sort of book it was. I would just read it. Even when I couldn't actually read, I would just read it. Maybe it was the pictures that helped me interpret the story. But anyway, I read books that help me be more productive or better at what I do. Boom. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right. Not really. I don't know about a lot of pressure, because if I know what's right, I don't need pressure to do it. So I'm going to go inaccurate to neutral. I take the initiative to help other people and make their lives easier. I do make some initiatives sometimes to help people, so that's neutral. I put in the effort to make a good impression on other people. You know, I certainly try. I set ambitious goals for myself. Not really. Sue me. I am an important member of my social groups. Actually, I wouldn't ever consider myself important. But I am a noteworthy person. So, boom. The Enneagram... Okay, I don't know why I read the title. Anyway, next question. We're almost done. I can describe my emotions in a lot of depth or detail. Not really. I often feel like an outsider. I never actually felt like an outsider, but I sometimes did feel different. Not in a bad way. I find my mind to be a very interesting place. That's true. Your mind is a very interesting place. You know what Yoda says, except I'm not a child, but he says, I have a terrible Yoda impression, but here we go. What'd he say? Truly wonderful the mind of a child is. Yeah, horrible impression. Oh, fun fact, the same person who voiced Yoda did Miss Piggy from the Muppets. Did you know that? Probably didn't. The more you know. Alright, anyways, I find my mind to be a very interesting place. I do, actually. Everyone's mind is a very interesting place. It just, I am always aware of what can go wrong in a situation. It's always good to look at that, and I do look at that. That's why, when you do that, you should come up with a plan B, just in case. I have many ways of avoiding situations that get me down. Yeah, I mean, like looking on the bright side. With the cup that's half full, rather than the cup that's half empty. But hey, maybe you didn't even order a cup of water, you ordered a cup of OJ. I am always up for new adventure. I mean, I feel like this is another repeating question. I believe that things usually work out for the best. God has a plan. So whatever he sets out, it's usually for a certain purpose. Maybe to teach me a lesson, maybe to tell me something, maybe to make me self-aware of myself, or, maybe to help me see what I need to do for myself in the future. So, I generally believe that, because God looks out for everybody. I stand up for what I believe in, even if it upsets other people. True. That's what we need to do today. People are too afraid to stand up for what they believe in, because they're afraid of getting attacked by people on the internet. Well, fuck them. You don't need the internet. Anyway, next question. I let other people take the lead. Man, that's not always the case. Anyway, I dislike people who disrupt things by breaking the rules. I don't usually dislike them, but yeah. I don't actually dislike them. I make alliances with people who can help me stay safe and secure. True. I am often looking ahead toward what is coming next. Sure. I mean, like I said, it's impossible to know the future, but maybe a plane can crash down right as I'm recording this. That would be horrible, and I'd probably die. But it's possible. I live by an airport. I have different interests than most people. I'm gonna go neutral. The traditional way of doing things is the best way. That's not always the case. We had slavery, and that was used to be traditional. Now it's not. So, lesson learned. And you know what fucking pisses me off? The people that hang those fucking Confederate flags outside their house. Nobody gives a shit. And to be honest, most people in the world look at you like you're crazy, because that flag was the same flag flown in the Civil War by the people who wanted slavery. And don't even give me that shit. The Civil War was about states' rights. Yeah, states' rights to what? I am responsible and a reliable person. Oh, and the answer to that was slavery. States' rights to slavery. So, yeah. And, just because... you don't need to fly a flag to know to let people know that you're from the South. So, yeah. Anyways, I am a responsible and reliable person. I'm gonna go neutral, because I don't want people to ever rely on me. That puts a lot of pressure on me. That's like being a lifeguard at a beach. If someone gets lost in the water, like being dragged out by the current, and I fail to save them, that's gonna be on me. That's gonna be something that I have to live with. That I failed to save the life of a person. That was my only job and I failed. If that happened to anyone, they should probably resign. Anyway, I have a lot of plans for how I can improve myself. And by the way, I've noted in the past that I've been saying a lot. And I'm actively trying to not say that. So, if there's a lot of awkward silences, I'm trying to think of something to say instead of So just keep that in mind, guys. I have a lot of plans for how I can improve myself. I'm going to go neutral. I make sure that even small details are correct. That's important in life. But not everyone notices the small details, so I guess you can play it by ear. But I'm going to go neutral on that. I enjoy caring for others and their needs. Oh, and by the way, on the last question, I guess you got to know the person to know whether you can make small mistakes or not. I'm not saying you should make small mistakes. I'm just saying you better know the person so you know whether or not to worry about it that much. Anyway, next question. That's just me. I enjoy caring for others and their needs. I'm going to go neutral to inaccurate. I want to be a person that others can look up to. No, I do not. I push myself to succeed. I'm going to go neutral to accurate. Anyway, next step. I make important contributions to my community. I actually have done community service before. So, yeah. Every now and then, me and my dad go and clean up some trash with a political group. So, and I'm not going to say the political group on this channel. Anyway, I rarely have strong emotions. And no, it's not Republican or Democrat, okay? I rarely have strong emotions. I'm gonna go yeah, it is rare. I don't remember the last time I cried. I said that. Anyways, I feel I never truly belong in social groups. I can't really say that. What defines a social group? You go to school, right? That's basically a social group. Because you're in a group of people, being social. Because, that's just what happens. So, social group, I've never really been in a, social group where you go and sit in chairs and circles and talk about stuff. So, I'm going to go inaccurate. So, I've never really been in one of those social groups. Anyways, I want to learn as much as I can about how the world works. People should understand how their own country works before they go out and study the entire world. Right? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyways, it is important for me to understand what can go wrong in a situation. Yes, it is. I feel like I'm repeating the same questions. Anyway, I take steps to ensure I don't feel sad or lonely. That's true. Gotta cheer yourself up sometime, you know? Trying new things keeps life interesting. It does, actually. That, it, you know, uh, I've heard a piece of advice about relationships, and it said, and, one of them is never let the spark die. And for those who don't understand what that means, it says, it means that you should always, it basically means that you and your significant other should do something once a week or once a month to keep the spark alive, you know? Or else you're just going to be one of those people that get a divorce because there was nothing going on in that relationship anymore. But who am I? I am an upbeat person. Not really. I am usually the one to take a stand when others don't. That's sort of true, actually. I had to take a stand because about a week ago, someone did something to me and someone else that I felt that was wrong, and I called that person out on it. And other people were there when it happened. And I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there's shit going on outside of my room. Let's see if I can block it out. Yeah. My horrible screen recording doesn't have a pause menu, so doesn't have a pause function, so I can't like pause until it's quiet again. So just a bit of bad luck, I guess. I put a towel down to try and block out the noise, but I apologize for any noise you hear other than me. Other people have stronger opinions than I do. You know, that's actually accurate. Because you can't always assume that your opinion is the best. Or the strongest. Or else you need a reality check. Anyway, next question. Everyone has a role to play in society and a duty to do their best. You know, no one's entitled to other people's duty to do their best. So, no. No. Because, I mean, not everyone has a role to play. To think that people have specific roles, like I know I said that I'm the male, I mean that I'm the man, and a man needs to provide protection for someone, what am I trying to say? For the person in the relationship. That was just going off my preference. It's not a designated role. No one has designated roles. That's an outdated way of thinking. Anyway, I am concerned with protecting what I have. I mean, isn't everyone? I have a good sense of what my future holds. Rank. I am an average person with ordinary likes and dislikes. I'm gonna go neutral. Because I'm definitely not average. I'll tell you that. I try new ways of doing things just to see if they will work. Nope. Sorry, that's just not me. Actually, I'm gonna go inaccurate to neutral, because sometimes you gotta find a new way of doing things. If the way you're doing it is wrong. I have a great deal of willpower. Very true. You're gonna have to, if you ever, like I still have my braces on, you're gonna have to fight the urge to eat something that you're not supposed to eat. So and you gotta work up the willpower, or else you're gonna have fucking braces on for 4 years. I have a friend that had her braces on for 4 years. I mean, anyways, self-improvement is a major interest of mine. I mean, it's not a huge interest. I read Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life and his sequel book, but I guess they've helped me, but I never actively seek self-improvement. It's just something that comes to me magically. I don't know how that happens, but that's just me. Alright, the final page. Can't believe I'm making another hour-long video. Jesus. Whoa. Oh, okay. Love Style Survey. We are currently doing research into how your Enneagram type might correlate with the way you express and receive love. If you would like to participate in the survey, please answer the questions below. This survey is optional, and your responses will not change your test results. We're going to do it anyway for the content. Imagine you are in your ideal relationship. What does your partner do to make you feel loved? Check all that apply. Run errands. True. Supports me when I'm feeling down. Is happy to spend time with me. Of course gives me affection. Values my opinion on things. Whoa. Am I allowed to say that on here? Anyways, shares your worries and fears. I wouldn't say she's supposed to have my same worries and fears, so no. Gives me... Oh, shares their worries and fears. I thought it said shares my worries and fears. Yeah. Gives me thoughtful advice. Yes. Looks after our children and other family members. Nope, because I'm not having children. Suck it. Encourages me to treat myself. Compliments me on my appearance. That's always nice, but I'm never looking for that. Helps me with personal care and grooming. That's something I should worry about myself, but it's still nice. Makes room in our budget for the items that are important to me. I mean, if something was important to me and it didn't fit the budget, then don't fucking fit it in the budget. Like, that's a stupid question. Anyway, finds fun things for us to do together. That's always nice. Like I said, never let the spark die. Anyways, by the way, looks after our children or other family members. The reason I don't have this checked is because the ABORTION, did I spell that right? ABORTION thing that just happened, where you're no longer allowed to have that. Definitely not having children now. I didn't want to drag politics into this, but I guess just one thing, right? I just thought of it. Anyways, and you know what's better than making another child that's just going to help pollute this planet? Is adopting a child that already exists, right? If I were to ever have a child, and that's not something I ever look forward to, but if I were, I would adopt a child. Why? Because, I don't know, the thought of that just gives me joy. To know that you're going to fill this child with hope that he doesn't have to live the life that he lives right now. He can have a loving family, you know? And instead of just making another child, you can give someone else the opportunity that they never had before, right? Because the child that's going to be related to you will never know the struggles that the person in the child in the adoption center had, you know? So that's my opinion. Adopt a child. Never have your own. Adopt a child. Anyway, next, what is your gender? Imagine people that said decline to state. Anyway, never mind. What is your age? Yep, there you go. Don't make NSFW art of me, please. Email. Can't tell you that. I'm gonna do it. Can I do it off screen? I don't think I can. But, can I get my results? because I'm not ready to provide my email yet. Wink. Your Enneagram results. The graphic below shows your scores for each of the 9 Enneagram types. The larger the area of a portion, the higher you score for that particular type. I want my full report, but I have to do my email, and I don't have a fucking pause function, so I guess the time has come. Can I go back? I don't know, let's click on this and see what happens. I don't want you guys knowing my email yet. What? What? I thought this was free. I thought this was free. I thought it was free. I thought this was free. You know, we don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. Look. Look. What's number 6? Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Enneagram types. Personality types explained. Yeah, this is how you bypass it. Enneagram Institutes. Whoa. The 9 types. The Reformer. This is number 1. Okay, so they're numbered. Number 3 seems to be the least I have. The Achiever. The Achiever is the success-oriented, pragmatic type. Adaptive, excelling, driven, and image-conscious. Alright, I think the second is number 2. The Helper. The caring, interpersonal type. The demonstrative, generous, people-pleasing, and possessive. I suppose that's true. I'm glad possessive is very low. Anyways, I think, and the third biggest, no, the third smallest is the Individualist, a sensitive, withdrawn type, expressive, dramatic, self-absorbed, and temperamental. Okay, and then after that is, I think, number 1, the Reformer, the Rational. I'm not rational. I am rational. Anyway, the Rational, idealistic type, principled, purposeful, self-controlled, and perfectionist. What? I am self-controlled. I am principled. Anyway, what's next? It may be better than this stuff. The next biggest one seems to be number 7, the Enthusiast, the busy, fun-loving type, spontaneous, versatile, distractible, and scattered. Wait. 1, 52, 44, 30, 43. I'm assuming I'm assuming that the numbers here are the same as on this graph, right? That's what I have to assume because I'm not buying the report. I thought it was free. That's what it said. It was free. Stupid. Anyway, number 8 is the Challenger, the powerful, dominating type. Sounds like me. Self-confident, decisive, willful, and confrontational. Okay, that sounds more like me. Alright, next seems to be number 6. The Loyalist, the committed, security-oriented type, engaging, responsible, anxious, and suspicious. This website has cookies. Sounds like me. Okay, and then... Wait, what was number 5? The Investigator, the intense, cerebral type, perceptive, innovative, secretive, and isolated. Sounds more like me. What's number 9? What's number 9? The Peacemaker, the easygoing, self-effacing type. Receptive, reassuring, agreeable, and complacent. Very accurate, actually. So, yeah. So I guess you could say that I am the most is number 6. I am the loyalist. The type 6 in brief. The committed, security-oriented type. 6s are reliable, hard-working, responsible, and trustworthy. Excellent troubleshooters. They foresee problems and foster cooperation, but can also become defensive, evasive, and anxious, running on stress while complaining about it. They can be cautious and indecisive, but also reactive, defiant, and rebellious. They typically have problems with self-doubt and suspicion. At their best, internally stable and self-reliant, courageously championing themselves and others. Basic fear of being without support and guidance. Wow. Basic desire to have security and support. That actually sounds like me. Anyway, what does this mean? Enneagram 6 with a 5 wing, the defender. Enneagram 6 with a 7 wing, the buddy. I don't understand what that means. Key motivations. They want to have security, to feel supported by others, to have certitude and reassurance, to test the attitudes of others toward them, and to fight against anxiety and insecurity. Wow. This actually sounds like me. I'm not reading all this. Thanks. Levels of development. Okay. This is what I wanted to read in the first place. Level 1 at their best. Whoa, unhealthy levels. Okay. Healthy levels, becoming a self-affirming, trusting of self and others, independent yet symbiotically interdependent, and cooperative as an equal. Believe in self leads to true courage, positive thinking, leadership, and rich self-expression. Level 2, able to elicit strong emotional responses from others. Very appealing, enduring, lovable, and affectionate. Trust important. Bonding with others, forming permanent relationships and alliances. This is actually very accurate, to be honest. Level 3, dedicated to individuals and movements in which they deeply believe. Community builders, responsible. See, what did I say? Community builders. Responsible, reliable, trustworthy. Trustworthy, they keep saying trustworthy, and that's just not me. Hardworking and persevering, sacrificing for others. That's anyway, they create stability and security in the world, bringing a cooperative spirit. Average levels. Start investing their time and energy into whatever they believe will be safe and stable. Organizing and structuring. They'll look to alliances and authorities for security and continuity. Continuity. I can't ever say that right. Continuity. There we go. Constantly vigilant, anticipating problems. See, what did I say? Everything I've been talking about has been leading up to this. Level 5, to resist having more demands made on them. They react against others passive-aggressively. I'm not passive-aggressive. Anyways, become evasive, indecisive, cautious, procrastinating, and ambivalent. Are highly reactive. That's, okay. Anxious and negative, giving contradictory, mixed signals. What? That's not me. Internal confusion makes them react unpredictably. Level 6. To compensate for insecurities, they become sarcastic and belligerent, blaming others for their problems, taking a tough stance toward outsiders. Highly reactive and defensive, dividing people into friends and enemies, while looking for threats to their own security. Authoritarian, while fearful of authority, highly suspicious, yet conspiratorial, and fear instilling to silence their own fears. Whoa! That makes me sound really evil! Holy crap! That doesn't sound like me, by the way. Anyway, maybe conspiratorial, but other than that, fear instilling to silence their own fears? Wow. Anyway, unhealthy levels. Here we go. Fearing that they have ruined their security, they become panicky, volatile, and self-disparaging with acute inferiority feelings. Wow, what the Seeing themselves as defenseless, they seek out a stronger authority or believe to resolve all problems. That makes me sound like a liberal, and I'm not. Get it? Highly divisive, disparaging, and berating others. Whoa. Level 8. Feeling persecuted, and others are out to get them. They lash out and act irrationally, bringing about what they fear. Fanaticism, violence. Whoa. Level 9. Hysterical, and seeking to escape punishment. They become self-destructive and suicidal. Alcoholism, drug overdoses, and self-abasing behavior generally corresponds to the passive-aggressive and paranoid personality disorders. Okay, so good thing I'm up here. Good thing. Healthy and a bit average. So, yeah, good thing I'm up there. Addictions. Rigidity. Is that how you pronounce that? Rigidity in diet causes nutritional imbalances. I don't like vegetables. I love vegetables! Anyway, working excessively. Caffeine and amphetamines for stamina, but also alcohol and depressants to deaden anxiety. Higher susceptibility to alcoholism than many types. Whoa, I mean, Jesus. You know what I always say? Better to have a good night's sleep than to have a bad night's sleep and have to depend on something else. Right? You know what's better than a fucking coffee from Starbucks and from the soy boy barista? A good night's sleep. I may have went a little far in that, but it was funny. Personal growth recommendations. See, there we go. Here we go. Remember that there is nothing unusual. See, now I'm getting tips on life here. Remember that there is nothing unusual about being anxious, since everyone is anxious and much more often than you might think. I am anxious every now and then, but I always think to myself, don't think what other people are thinking. It's just going to make you more anxious. Learn to be more present in your anxiety, to explore it, and come to terms with it. Work creatively with your tensions without turning to excessive amounts of alcohol or other drugs to ally them. Or other drugs. Alcohol is not a drug. Wait, let me look that up. Is alcohol a drug? I should have learned this while taking my, Oh, it is! Fuck me, I'm wrong. Okay. In fact, if you are present and breathing... I should have learned that alcohol is a drug while taking my driver's school, but I guess I forgot. Just like I forgot how to do math. Anyway, work creatively with your tensions without turning to excessive amounts of alcohol, blah, blah, blah. In fact, if you are present and breathing fully, anxiety can be energizing, a kind of tonic that can help make you more productive and aware of what you're doing. I never thought of that. Anyway, see, now we're coming full circle. I give tips, I get tips back. You see how karma works? You tend to get edgy and testy when you're upset or angry, and can even turn on others and blame them for things you have done or brought on yourself. Be aware of your pessimism. It causes your dark moods and negative thought patterns that... What? Okay, that's that. It causes you dark moods and negative thought patterns that you need to tend to project on reality. When you succumb to this self-doubt, you can become your own worst enemy and may harm yourself more than anyone else does. 6s tend to overreact when they are under stress and feeling anxious. Learn to identify what makes you overreact. Also, realize that almost none of the things you have feared so much has actually come true, even if things are bad as you think. Your fearful thoughts weaken you and your ability to change things for the better. You cannot always manage external events, but you can manage your own thoughts. Very wise words. Work on becoming more trusting. There are doubtless several people in your life you can turn to who care about you and who are trustworthy. If not, go out of your way to find someone trustworthy and allow yourself to get close to that person. This will mean risking rejection and stirring up some of your deepest fears. But the risk is worth taking. You have a gift for getting people to like you. But you are unsure of yourself and may be afraid of making commitment to them. Therefore, come down clearly on one side or the other of the fence in your relationship. Let people know how you feel about them. Others probably think better of you than you realize, and few people are really out to get you. In fact, your fears tell you more about your attitudes toward others than they indicate about others' attitude toward you. That hits home, actually, a lot. More than you think. Anyway, learn more. I'm not reading that. Well, shit. This was very, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Very interactive, I should say, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot more about this fucking personality test than I did that Myers-Briggs one. And I actually had to. The only bad thing about this is that, I don't know, there were of course some things that were inaccurate, like me being trustworthy or what am I trying to say? Yeah, that's about it. Anyway, see, there I go again saying anyway. Very interactive. I learned more about myself in this than I did that stupid Myers-Briggs one. And some of this stuff hit home, really. I mean, I learned a lot, to be honest. I think what I learned from this is that I shouldn't think that people are out to get me, because you know, it's not always like that. Some people may think higher about me than I do about myself. And when I'm anxious, I should explore that and form it into some sort of tool. And stop saying stop saying it. There, I did. I just said it again. I was just about to say it again. I caught myself. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed recording it. I will leave a link to this down in the description below in this video, and maybe you'll get the same results. Maybe you'll get different results. Don't be afraid to let me know down in the comments. There I go. I said again. Damn it. And that's about it. I actually really enjoyed this Enneagram test. I really enjoyed it, except for the part where I had to pay for it. Okay? Enneagram personality test, people. If you're watching this video, have it so you don't have to pay for it. Bunch of a-holes. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was more than an hour long. It's probably not going to come out until like 8 or 9 o'clock. So, gonna be on the later side again. Sorry for that. I've had a busy day today, so give me a break. And with all that said, I will see you guys next week back on the flip side. Peace.